Round one, we won the die roll. We'll play first. One lander, we're gonna ship that one back. This one's kind of ugly. See, most of my 2-drops are black, too. Huh. I don't really want to mulligan again, though. I'm going to keep this. All right. We're going to keep the black on top. Huh. All right. Automaton works. Okay. All right. They're just passing this time. Die young. All right. That works for me. So we'll kill the salvager. And our opponent can activate the skiff, but that's okay. I think I'm actually going to attack with the skiff. I want to fake like I have a trick. I have 2 red mana up. I imagine they don't really want to lose their skiff. They probably block, but just the chance that they don't, I think makes it worth it there. Because I don't care if they play something and attack with skiff back, because then I'll attack with skiff. And I'm not doing anything else, so I might as well. I mean, I guess it kind of tells them I don't have a 1 or 2 mana trick or removal, but that's all right. Well, I'm not too worried about that. I mean, granted, it keeps us off Gifted Aetherborn if we draw a swamp, but that's all right. I mean, the fact that they used, in fact, look at that, perfect. The fact that they used Ashandra's Revolution on an augmenting automaton is kind of a gift. All right. Brawler, not bad. So I can play the Brawler, activate the Skiff, attack with Scourge and Skiff. They trade and then they can block. But if I just attack with Scourge, they can block with a Servo and a Skiff. And that's not particularly good for me either. Although, I mean, I would trade a Scourge for a Skiff, but I think we're just going to play Brawler. We're going to activate our Skiff and attack with both of these. satisfactory. I still think their squad is likely better than the Skiff. I don't know, actually. 2/3 flyer versus 3/1 menace. Maybe the 2/3 flyer is better. All right. Revolution number 2. Getting in with the Skiff. So I guess if I had left the Brawler back, I would have been able to activate my Skiff. But they, like I said, that gave them more blocking options. All right. And now we get to swing back, so this is actually okay. Get in with Skiff, take my opponent to 13, and pass. So we draw a land, we get to play the Giant. Hopefully it's a swamp, so we can follow up with Aetherborn. Oh. Well, I think we're going to discard the Aetherborn. Oh. Not using Implement yet. Well, that's nice for us. Enraged Giant. Well, I guess I get to play it. That's cool. Let's do that. Still planning on discarding the Aetherborn. I think I would rather have the 4/5 menace. And like I said, less reliant on drawing a swamp too, which I think is important. Oh, just a Sky Sovereign. Okay. All right, so we have Infiltrator. It's gonna be able to kill it with his Sky Sovereign, but so I guess we just play Infiltrator and pass. I think we actually somehow managed to get no anti-artifact spells too, surprisingly. So we're going to discard the Aetherborn. I mean, I could discard the Giant since the Aetherborn... Well, the problem is the Aetherborn trades with the Bruiser. And it dies to Sky Sovereign, so yeah, I'm going to discard this. So they're going to kill our Infiltrator. We'll activate the Skiff to get some damage in. Take 6. All right, Pillar Bug's going to be a problem too. Well, we did get that. That's nice. Not quite good enough, but guess we'll attack with the giant. Because I kind of want my opponent to double block, so I can at least kill the bug before he gains life off of it, since I can't play the Wayward Giant here. And I feel like if I stay back, I'm just going to take too much damage. So, we'll get in. So this way we at least get to first strike kill the bug and we don't lose our guy. I mean, we die if our opponent has a creature, too. I didn't even really do the math on that. Wait, I guess that's not true, because they would have to, yeah. Huh. That was unexpected. So, stuck with a Wayward Giant in my hand, which is kind of a bummer. After I said how good it was, too, and then I end up... Well, I mean, I really lost to Sky Sovereign. I think we could have won this game if Sky Sovereign wasn't there. I actually think we easily would have won if Sky Sovereign wasn't there. So how many X1s are there? There's Malphus Squad, there's Bruiser, Servos, quite a few. Might be a good reason to cut some of our late game and bring in like a Prowler or something like that. Maybe cut the Rebel for either another one or... Yeah, I might be okay with that. Well, I don't want to go... Well, they might have Aether Chasers in there too. I feel like they probably have some X1s beyond what we just saw, right? Probably. Maybe just the one is okay, though. And there's no way to deal with artifacts, is that right? Oddly enough. Mind Rat only. Alright. Harsh Scrutiny does not deal with it either, right? Creature cards only. Alright. I think we got to stick with this. This sounds good. So do we want to start with the Chaser? Because getting a servo early is probably more important. I think so. So it's a bit safer, I guess, to play the Sky Skiff since there's less things that kill it, especially in black-red. But We know our opponent's got 2, what? Chandra's Revolutions, which are 4 mana. I feel like we didn't see cheaper ones. Alright, Sky Skiff. We know very well how that works. Mobile Garrison's a good draw too, actually. It's a very good draw. So let's get in with our Chaser and play the Garrison now. Alright, Engineer. We can just Hungry Flames that, I guess. I'm actually 1 mana short from playing the Giant here. I mean, we can also just activate Garrison and attack with that. Probably makes sense. And then play the Skiff, and next turn we can play the Giant. That seems good. Could attack with the Servo, too. I'm willing to trade a Servo. Well, but then I can't play the Giant. No. Oh, I could play the Giant, but only if I draw land. Which is no guarantee. So let's get in with the Garrison. Play the Skiff. And pass. Get to leave up Precise Strike and Shock as well. Could have actually played the Skiff. That's not bad, actually. I could have played the Skiff, activated it with the Servo. Well, this is actually pretty good news for us. So we get to activate this. We're going to be able to eat their Sky Skiff, which is actually really nice. Very convenient. So we first try to kill their guy. Possibly draw land and get the Giant online, which would be nice. Yeah. So we get him for 4. Did that with 3 lands, too. It's pretty convenient. And what's cool now is we can actually activate our Garrison from the Servo using the Skiff. Okay. Defiant Salvager. Cogworker's Puzzle Knot. So they can make their Salvager pretty big here. They still have to 2-for-1 themselves to do this, though. Yeah, so this isn't even that good for them. They 2-for-1 themselves if they block the Enraged Giant, which I suspect they will. Okay, so their plan is just go real deep, which I guess is also okay. Okay, so I can just swing with 2 cards left in my opponent's hand. I can swing with Skiff. It's the safest play. I could just, yeah, I could just kill his. He's invested so much in that. Yeah, you know what? Just from the amount that they've invested in that. This is so worth it. Like, we're not even 2-for-1ing ourselves. All right, they just concede, so sounds good to me. So they're running Puzzle Knot solely as a means to sacrifice a Salvager. I guess it works with Engineer, and it can crew, so they have a cool little... I don't think they have a ton of removal. I'm just basing that on the fact that they're main decking 2 Wrangles, and we know that they have 2 Chandra's Revolutions. So I suspect that they don't have a ton. Did we see more X1s that game? I mean, we saw the Puzzle Knot, but... I think just having the 1 Prowler is probably still enough. All right. I mean, admittedly, Torch Gauntlet's like a little bit slow, but with all the little dudes we have, it sort of makes sense to me. Plus, it's still good for Improvise, and it's good with Operative. It's good with the Precise Strikes, too. Very nice. Have a keepable hand. Opponent mulligans. We still get to start off with the Swamp 2. Although, we're still 2 cards from playing the Aetherborn fellow. Right? We need both him and another Swamp, so I guess it's maybe just a better idea to play the Mountain here. I guess it depends on what we draw here, actually. Okay. So we play the Mountain because I want to be able to shock. And like I said, since we're 2 cards from the Gift of Aetherborn anyway, it just makes sense. Puzzle Knot. Okay. Not going to use a shock on that. Cruel Finality, not bad. So drop our Chaser. 3 cards left in our opponent's hand, but Implement is like having another card in hand, so they're still doing fine. Trying to draw towards that bomb, I imagine, if they don't already have the Sky Sovereign. Die Young. Well, Die Young's kind of cool. It could mean I don't have to make a servo here, but I still want to make a servo. Get to follow up with the Infiltrator too, which is cool. I mean, I guess if there's any good news about them having a Sky Sovereign in hand is they can't activate it yet. Well, it's pretty good. Oh, Garrison's a good rip here. All right, that is not a Sky Sovereign, so I care not. Weldfast Monitor is actually very good, so we play the Monitor, activate the Garrison. Swing with the Chaser and the Garrison. Could actually swing with the Servo too. I still have the means to play. Yeah, I think we do. I'll trade a Servo and a Shock for an Artist. That actually just seems fine. So let's untap our... let's untap our first Striker, I guess. This is actually interesting. Huh. So I can... Yeah, I can just shock the Artist, and then I kill them both. Okay. Very good. All right, looking good. Now if they play Sky Sovereign, they don't have a thing to activate it with. Got a grip of Tricks and Removal. We have a board, Threats. Salvager's not good enough. Oh, and they can sacrifice our guy. That's pretty good value. It's really good value, actually. Probably would have attacked with it first. So Poisoner, and then we can Precise Strike. I do sort of see the issue here, but that's all right. So we go like this. At least there's no cards left in our opponent's hand. Activate the Garrison. Swing with the Garrison. Untap the Poisoner. They're going to take 3, and then we pass. So we can die young the Salvager now because we'll have 4 energy. Which I think we'll just do. All right. Got the concession. Beat the Sky Sovereign. That's pretty fortunate on our end, honestly, because just the mere fact that our opponent had Sky Sovereign in their deck probably just makes their deck infinitely better. So they were running Hijack and Double Wrangle. That is a pretty obscene amount of creature stealing, which isn't even very good against us, right? Because we make servos with 3 cards in our deck. We have all sorts of 1/1s and blockers. So that might have been ultimately costly for our opponent, but they also had a mulligan this game. Anyway, we'll see in round 2.